Guys, we're here with three gentlemen who are in charge of putting on the Show-Spezi this year in southern Germany. Fellas, if you would quickly introduce yourself, starting Franz, if you would.
Yes, hello, I'm Franz from Wolf & Wolf. We see us the last time in the last interview, and nice to meet you guys.
Hello, I'm Florian. It's the first time to meet you online. Last time it didn't work, so I'm happy to be here. And
my name is Gabriel. We saw us last time. I'm excited for the interview.
Very good, fellas. Well, yes, Franz and Gabriel were on a few months ago as we gave you all an introduction as to what was going to be coming up at Show-Spezi. And now we are just about a month away. So I think the plans have come together pretty well. And we really want to give you a nice look at what's coming up and give you all the information you need to attend or find out more. Where is this Show-Spezi? There has been a change since where Show-Spezi had been over the previous years. Where's Show-Spezi this year?
We told you last time we are changed to Lauchringen, a little village at the borderline to Switzerland, near the Black Forest. And yes, we are here now, and we have the opportunity to have a big chance here on this area with more than 27,000 square meters to use for our fair.
So, when is Show-Spezi this year?
Show-Spezi is every time in the same time. It's always in the last weekend of April, and this year it is at the 29th and the 30th April.
So the first very important date is on Saturday, the opening of the exhibition hall, and that will be at 10 o'clock in the morning. And we will invite some political people also, and I think it's going to be a big opening of the fair.
And it's important to celebrate Hardy Siebeck as well. So it's a new start, but it's our thank you to Hardy again. So this is about 10 o'clock.
I see something about the concert. What's the concert about?
The concert is in the evening. It's a live rock band from our area, and they make sounds from the good old rock music. And maybe you and I like that.
I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is. So I know a little something about rock and roll. That's my time period. So that sounds really good.
Yeah, we have a really exciting and a really good program of lectures, and we are really proud of it. I think for the visitors, it's really important to get there at least for one. And we have two in English.
For example, Matthew Gallard will one of that, and also Victor
Zicho.
And I think are very, very important and very interesting lectures from them.
All right, so let's talk, if we could, a little bit about the folks that are going to be at the vendors that are going to be appearing and demonstrating their stuff at Show-Spezi this year.
And you can see there are a lot of exhibitors, and we are really proud to get as much as you can see. And there are really a big difference of we have some big companies and a lot of small companies. We have about 35 new companies, so there is a lot to see new exhibitors. And what's not?
We have much more cargo bikes, and that's very interesting. I think the last Show-Spezi in 2019, the cargo bikes weren't very important, but now it's more important. And especially new, there are four-wheeled cargo bikes, and I think that's a really interesting part of these bikes.
Yeah, it's about last mile solution. it's not only for private, it's more for companies or maybe for government.
The authorities.
Yeah.
And everybody of the exhibitors use the possibility to use more space, because we have the options to rent more space. And so we can say in the moment the hall is completely full.
And
that's excellent. That's a goal I'm sure you were concerned about early on, and now you filled up the hall, which is a huge hall as well. Huh?
Yes.
And more than the half of the exhibitors are placed direct to the test track. So they took the opportunity to have only one booth. In the front, you have access to the pedestrian way, and in the back side, you have access direct to the test track.
At this point, guys, why don't we talk about the layout of the area, and then we'll see the test track, and then we'll take a little closer look at the actual test track as you have it as well. We'll start here with the main hall, right? So this is number one. If you could just describe those.
Yes. That's the main place, the big hall, about 5,500 square meters. So it's really big. And there we'll place about 80 booths. So that's the most important part of the Show-Spezi. And you can see the test track is the second important part. The test track is going around the big hall, and you can go inside the hall. So
there's a junction.
Yes, so you can see the black area. So that's the test track, and you can go in. And for example, the green booth, you can see, that's just an example. You have direct access to the test track, and we think we will have about 200 test bikes, 200, maybe up to 250 test bikes. So it would be great to have this big test track. So it isn't any problem to ride with so many bicycles around the hall and on the exhibition ground.
And it's more easy for the exhibitor, because sometimes they are small companies, maybe with one or two guys, and if you can manage it only at one place, it's easier, it's more comfortable for them. But you don't have to go every time through the hall, so it's only a possibility, and you can make some turns and then go back to the booth.
So at previous Show-Spezis, they had like 3 test tracks. They had a human-powered test track, and an assisted test track, and they had a little test track for the children, right? So is there just going to be the one test track, and how is that going to line up this year?
We have one separate test track for the kids, that's especially, and the other bikes all on the same test track anyway, with electricity or without. And because we have a test track with more than 3 meters wide, and so it's possible that's all together right on the same test track.
Optional, we have a XXL test track. It's we can close the main street in front of the fair, and this street you can use for a longer round. You can go up the hill, and it's about 1.5 kilometers. So you can really test the bike if you like.
So you can extend off of the regular test track onto the road a bit to kind of
closed road. It's
to a closed road, right? Very important. All right. The next thing I wanted to ask about, which was a feature of the previous Show-Spezis, last couple of them that I loved, and that is the Inventor Lab, the Inventor tent there. And so you are doing that again, which I think is wonderful. Really gives an opportunity for people that are creating innovation in the bicycle world to show off what they have. Tell us what you have in store here. It will be inside, yes, and who have you got lined up that's of interest? Nobody wants this question. I see.
It's really like the last time. So we don't make a big change. I think that the important change is we put them inside of the hall, and the pedestrian ways are more like IKEA now. It's more like a shopping way mall, and it's really important. The visitor, they will come to the
They will come to every booth.
yes, and so they will find this Inventor Lab, and it's not beside, and it's more important part of the.
It's one of all booths. So
And how many inventors do you have coming? Do you know?
About 12.
Okay. All right. Let's get into some of the details of coming to Show-Spezi. Let's talk about tickets. So you can see that right there on the website. You can purchase your tickets there. How much are tickets? And is there anything special they need to know about the buying tickets?
No, there's nothing special. So the standard ticket is 12 euros, and the weekend ticket is 20 euros. Every other tickets are cheaper. So you have special tickets, for example, 4:00 p.m. You will have just 2 hours for the exhibition hall, and this ticket will be cheaper.
Good.
For the live concert in the evening, you don't have to pay anything. So if you come later after closing the exhibition hall, you won't pay anything. So it's also a party on Saturday evening. Yeah.
Right. And as I've always said, Show-Spezi is, besides this amazing trade event, it is a festival in and of itself, so that those people who maybe, as you just mentioned, aren't coming to see what's inside the hall, if they come later, they can join the party, basically, and celebrate special bikes with the world at that point.
Yeah. And don't forget, if you book an online ticket, in the prices included the public bus.
Oh, good point. So you get around.
Yeah, it's really, you can about half an hour around here. You can use the train or the public bus to get to your apartment or whatever.
So that ticket includes that. It includes the exhibit hall and test tracks. It also includes the lectures. Yeah. So. So just so that everyone knows what you get for the money. It sounds like a great bargain to me. So good. Now, did you have something, Franz?
You have only to pay your beer.
Right. Alcohol is not included.
Yes.
How about accommodation? So if you are deciding to come for the 2 days, I would expect, and you'd want to stay over, I know it's a little difficult because it's a small town. What are you suggesting now for people that are watching and say, yeah, I want to come and I need to stay? What can they do?
So I think to get the hotel next to the exhibition place, maybe it's a little bit complicated, but you have different possibilities. So the cheapest possibility is to go on the tent camping ground. So it's next to the exhibition. So you can stay for 1 or 2 nights at this place.
We have a special Spezi shuttle bus to get really fast to the train station, and from there you have in both directions. You can go more in the east or more in the west. You have a lot of small city, and which you can reach really fast. So there are a lot of hotels and apartments. You can reach Basel, for example, in less than 1 hour, and in Basel you can find a lot of hotels. So you have to check some opportunities, but actually there are enough hotels.
And additionally, we have the possibility to overnight in the community hall in our village for a cheap overnighting.
And bicycling into Show-Spezi has always been something that people have done from all over. So you do encourage folks to get on their bikes and ride to Show-Spezi as well, yes?
Absolutely.
Yes, and we want to celebrate this more, and we don't want to close them out of the fair. It should be possible to print out the ticket. You buy it before online, and you can go direct with the bicycle to the check-in, show your ticket, and then you can drive on the test track. And at the place behind of the hall, you have a special parking place for maybe 2,000 bicycles. Yeah,
we call it the Wall of Fame
because every bike there is, it's famous. It's really important to show it to the world.
Right. That's what this is all about. And lastly, I guess we haven't talked about plane travel. If you're coming by aeroplane, as I am, we're flying into Zurich. And then, as you mentioned, that's very close by. That's also what you would recommend to most folks because that's the closest airport, yes?
You can choose Zurich, or you can choose Basel.
Basel-Mühlhaus.
Basel-Mühlhaus. Maybe Basel, it's a little bit easier to reach the Show-Spezi, but it's both are about 1 hour with the public transportation.
That sounds great. Well, you guys seem to have thought of everything here. We'll find out for sure if you have in about a month, but I know you've worked very hard to put this all together. Any last thoughts? What have we missed?
It's the first time we have catering and bar and drinks at the Show-Spezi. It's not to make money. It's more to have the solution to stay here and not to go away in a pub or whatever. And so we are hoping it's in the future it will be a important part of the new Show-Spezi.
A connecting place for all together. Find new contacts, talk together. Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah, it's not for public, it's more for the exhibitors. And we are the Friday before, so the 28th April, is there is a meet and greet. It's celebrating for the exhibitors, and there are food as well. And it's quite important to get in touch.
And for the networking.
And for the networking and for the exhibitors. Yeah, that's new as well.
I might just sneak in there. Yeah, that sounds great. We'll see you all there, of course. Well, if that's it, I think we'll leave it there until about a month from now when we get down there to see you folks and really get to enjoy Show-Spezi again after a few years. It's very exciting and can't wait to get down there. So, Florian and Gabriel and Franz, thank you all so much for keeping me informed as we go here. And it's a pleasure. We are all working for the same thing here, and that's to elevate the profile of Show-Spezi and special bikes. So that's what this is all about. So thanks a lot for joining us again on the Laid Back Bike Report. We will see you shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.